February 16th, 2023. Today is the first snow in this new area that I've been for about a month that is going to stay on the ground. That's nice. Today I'm playing badminton this evening, so I'll be moving the motorhome that hasn't moved for a while. I don't think I'll be walking my neighbor dog today. It's the first dog I find is self-involved, he isn't really working too much on the friendship that we could have. One time when I was gone for badminton and for errands and came back, she was crying, so happy to see me when I backed up. And I could tell she missed me, but I think she's so focused on her hormones, I think, and the smells that make her pull very hard, that she's not really realizing that she'd be pretty sad the last day I leave, like a lot of dogs have been, who are easier to make friends with than most people primates. But I gotta take the blame for some of that because I have not practiced the friendship part very much for a while, and this year is the year where I focus back on reintegrating into the world a bit more, not as an Homo communia, but as an Homo sapien who's more collaborative, let's say. So I have a job interview in 3 days, and it's a job I knew about when I first got here, that I know, and it was first advertised internally, and they didn't find anybody, so they posted it externally as well, and I applied, and I have a job interview. It was supposed to start yesterday. I have a job interview at the end of the week on the 19th, so it's a job I'd really like. And I have these crazy thoughts that aren't true, and they haven't manifested as being true in the past when I wanted to believe in them, that I was a good person and I worked hard on things and I deserved a job I liked, or a community I liked, or a girlfriend, I want to believe Gaia is appreciative of me and would give me these things, but there's never been any evidence when I thought it was going to happen. Will it happen this time? I don't know. I know that I've learned even more to count on myself and rely on myself. So I'm going to prepare well for this interview and work on having the right kind of attitude, but I'm pretty rusty. I'm pretty rusty with a lot of things, doing this type of work, making friends. Even having a positive attitude about the world, which is what I need most of the time, even though, I kind of know the reality of things. Hey, look, it hasn't started since Thursday last week, and today's Tuesday. But again, as a non-mechanic, I've done some pretty good work. So I'm going to start it. It's, 10:30 maybe in the morning. And it hasn't started for a while, but you can see. And again, this is me installing the Napa starter, which had the right diameter wheel to start the engine compared to the two from before from Lordco. And I put in the new batteries myself. I installed the new alternator myself. The other one was just a couple months old and it still failed. So everything's been working well, so I expect it'll start, because I am my own mechanic now. And I need to be my own best friend and my own advocate. And keep applying all the successes of my skill sets and human thinking tools, so as to, replace Gaia and manage my own life as a humanist that doesn't believe in humanism anymore. Because as a species, and humanism isn't about a person, it's a worldview about a species. I do not believe we can self-correct. There's a lot of evidence in some universities I've applied for, or the Canadian Armed Forces. Again, I've been interacting with somebody else there, and it's same old, unable to self-correct. And I think the only reason we haven't had a nuclear war yet is that there is a lot of work being done by capitalists to not have it, because it's more profitable to kill people small numbers at a time, right? Because of the industry of weapons. it would be bad for business to kill people too quickly with nuclear weapons. So let's say I'm offered this job, by the way, and I know I'll be robbed of taxes when the Canada Revenue Agency owes me money and the province owes me money, and I know they'll be bragging about full dental or full medical in a proto-society where I've documented over the years of my socio-cybernetic project on my YouTube that I can't find dentists, can't find doctors. Yet I would like to do that. I would like to get dental work. I would like to look into some digestive issues. And but that requires, what I'm afraid as well is to get a girlfriend when I have a job. And I've been telling people, oh, I'm the same guy, then suddenly money comes into my bank account, I have a girlfriend. I resent that. I mean, it's not the only reason. It'd be like, okay, it'd be an accomplished person that did develop these skill sets, did well on an interview, had a few references maybe that were old, but maybe vouch for him, and an employer that gave him a chance, and he's been doing all right, and he's got a job, and that speaks about his character, and that's okay too. But the other thing is, like getting dentists more likely or doctors more likely because of this job, it seems unfair, because again, I have been as much in need before. But when you have a job and you have a better dental plan or whatever, then dentists kind of might be in part more honest with you, and they would say that they are taking new patients because it's an easier process for them to get paid the maximum of what they want to get paid, which is kind of sad too. And all these things, I have to not discuss them unless it's the right time and the right place, which is extremely rare. I've met the health authority, a couple of people that work as mental health workers, and I decided to not apply for that job. But if I get established with a job and maybe find places I can volunteer to do this, I'd have a support group. And this support group, I would definitely invite people that work in mental health. And again, it's a place where people might vent or bitch a little bit, and I'd be tempted to. But again, I have to not repress, because I can always write things in a diary, and I can always watch my videos or film some and not even make them public, just do it private. And that's one way I would vent, as I am kind of trying to be more of service.